Hi, this is Dan and welcome to Habit Made. Because of your overwhelming feedback from the first cat hammock that I've created, I decided to create another one for you. For this project, we're gonna do a lot of square knots, so I really recommend that you watch this video. 3 basic knots you need to learn to have a detailed guide on how to create square knots. We'll also be needing 5mm cotton cord, so for anyone in the Philippines, you could message me on my Instagram or Facebook if you would like to purchase cords from me. Approximate cords we're gonna need is 600 feet. Anyway, I'm super excited to create this project with you, so let's get started.
First, cut 16 cords with 16 feet length each. Then, find the middle and attach it to our S-hook. Then, cut another cord with 12 feet length. I'm gonna wrap it on this side, and I'm gonna do a square knot. Okay. Just make sure that the knot is tight because this will gather these 16 cords. Hope you were able to watch 3 basic knots because we're gonna do a lot of square knots in this project. It's actually up to your preference if you would like to have spaces in between your square knots. But for me, I'd like to leave a little bit of space so you could see the cords inside. For me, it's like part of the design. Since we pulled down almost 8 inches, we're also gonna do the same length for these square knots. So this is almost 8 inches, so I'm gonna add 1. Then we're gonna find the middle again. So I'm just gonna place this on our S-hook. And then using the same cords, okay, from the square knots, I'm gonna do another square knot, but this time, I'm gonna include the cords from the other side. Okay, so let's just make sure it is tight. So the next one is an inverted 4. What we're gonna do right now is a spiral design, and to create a spiral design, we're just gonna repeat the process of making an inverted 4. Okay, so make an inverted 4 again. Pull it tight. And then inverted 4 again. Pull it tight. We're just gonna continue the process until we reach our desired height. For this project, I'm just aiming for 2.5 inches. Okay, so I won't cut this first. I'm just gonna leave it as is for the meantime, and we'll just go back to this later. Then I'm gonna attach this wooden ring with 7 inches diameter on these cords. So right now we have 32 cords, and we have to section it into 4 with 8 cords each. Okay, so we have 8 cords here, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Now that we already divided the cords into 4 sections, we can now attach the wooden ring. Now, what I usually do when working with this kind of project, I create a simple knot first on each side. So this will be my guide to even out my wooden ring. So I'm just randomly picking one cord on each side. It's actually up to you if you like to proceed with half hitch, but I like it this way so I could easily untie if needed. I already attached the 2 sections at the back to prevent the wooden ring from moving. But the first step is to put the 7 cords inside the wooden ring. 7 cords because remember, we already attached the first cord a while ago. Okay, so we can now start making double half hitch. So I already made double half hitch on the first cord. So moving forward to the next, I'm gonna wrap this around, and then onto your right side, I'm gonna put this over and through, and then I'm gonna pull it tight. I'm gonna move forward with the next cord. Okay, same process. I'm gonna wrap this on my left side, and then put this over to your right and pull it tight. Again, wrap this around, and then on your right, put the cord over and put it through, then pull it tight. So this is how it would look like. We have 4 sections with 8 cords each. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna start on this side. Get your 4 middle cords and make a square knot. Then get these two cords on each side, and we'll use this two to make square knot using the same middle cords from the first one. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing. We're gonna leave this and proceed with these two cords. Okay, again, we're still using the same middle cords from the first one. So we have 3 cords on each side. So we're gonna get this first 2 cords, okay, from the top, and we'll make a square knot. This is what we call the fishbone pattern. Okay, so let's just lightly tie each square knot. And then let's get this cords from the top again and make a square knot. So we're just gonna repeat the process until we reach our desired length, which is 18 inches. So we'll just do the same thing on to the other 3 sections. The key here is to always get the 2 top cords, and we'll use that to make a square knot. I actually love this pattern because this is super easy to do, and look at the details, it's just so beautiful. So we're done making this 4 section. Okay, so in one section we were able to create 26 square knots. Don't worry if the number of square knots that you created is different from mine. What is important is that we have the same height, which is 18 inches. Next, get your wooden ring. I'm gonna use this wooden ring with 12 inches diameter. Same thing, we're gonna attach this to our cords by making double half hitch knot. I'm gonna attach 1 cord on each section first. Unlike what we did on the top part, I go straight to making double half hitch because these 4 sections have the same height, which is 18 inches. So we are assuming that they are on the same level already. Okay, so we'll just do the same process as what we did on the top part, which is to make double half hitch. So we're gonna fill in this space with 12 cords. Since we have 4 gaps in between, we're gonna cut 48 cords with 6 feet length each. I'm gonna attach each cord by making reverse lark's head knot. So we're done covering the gaps. So this is how it would look like. Now we're gonna proceed by making square knots. So again, we have to work in groupings of 4. So get your 4 cords and start making square knots. Once we're done with the first row, we'll now work in between and we'll make 9 rows of square knots. Now that we're done making 9 rows of square knots, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're now gonna close this bottom, okay, by gathering all these cords below. Since we have a lot of cords, what I'm gonna do is to just simply tie this first. Okay, I like, having a guide first before I proceed and make a gathering knot. So I'm just gonna simply tie this below. Since I don't have a round pillow, I'm just gonna use this square one. This is 16 by 16 inches. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and fit this onto our cat hammock. And then I'm gonna make a gathering knot on this part. Then cut one cord with 3 feet length. We're gonna use this as our gathering knot. Okay, so I'm just gonna tie this here so it's easier to pull it up later. And then we're gonna wrap this cord around 7 times. Okay, so it's actually up to you if you'd like to add more to make sure it's secure, but for me I think 7 is enough. Okay. And then we're gonna put this through the letter U that we created. I'll untie this and pull it up. Okay, so I'm just gonna tighten it. And then I'm gonna remove the excess cord and this guide that we have a while ago. Now time to trim the bottom part. And we're done.
If you find this video helpful, please share with me your work by using the hashtag HabitMade and tagging me on my social media accounts. I would love to see your work and even share it on my account. Don't forget to subscribe and see you on my next video.